Yo, our boy Maximilian had got invited to play the playtest of Dragon's Dogma 2. So we're going to check out what my boy got to say about the game so far. Yeah. Intro is top 10.
I did get to play DD2, but just really quick, I went to an event thanks to Capcom to just check out an early build of the game. They had a couple of scenarios for us to check out. It was very much Dragon's Dogma though. For anybody that is like curious, I can go over it in detail what I essentially played and show you guys what it is. Let's do it. Hold on a second. This comes out in like 2 weeks, chat, and I wouldn't even be surprised if there's a demo pretty soon. So I played it. This game, to me, plays like an early 2000s era MMO at a core level. There is so little hand-holding in Dragon's Dogma 2 that it's kind of crazy. Like the first thing they have you do is talk to this guy about something to get in this door, and he's like, "Hey, you don't have the right thing," and you're like, "Oh, well, I guess I just better go look around." So like Elden Ring, not really. Like probably even less hand-holdy than a game like Elden Ring. It's very much like the first game. Yes, very much like the first game.
Okay.
So the good news is that I can echo one thing. This game is 100% what I thought it was going to be, which seems kind of fun. Emergent gameplay, the game, where it's just a billion systems and all of this other stuff sort of like mashed together in this game, and it's all going to collide with each other in weird and crazy ways. So yeah, you get like quests, and obviously you talk to a whole bunch of NPCs about figuring out where to go and what to do.
See, okay, yeah, see. So, but I would look, okay,
know,
so with that, I would say, man, like, that is a good and bad thing, because really, Dragon's Dogma 2 is going to have a lot of new people going to play it. So, if you coming from Elden Ring, Final Fantasy, like all those RPGs that had like hand holding and telling you like, hey, you got to do this to get that. You got to get this to get that. This right here, we going to get lost. Like, bro, you're going to get lost in Dragon's Dogma 2. I'm telling you.
Figuring out the combat in this thing and being just dropped into Dragon's Dogma combat, like right at the start, isn't
so the combat is
way,
difficult.
because you really don't get like any defensive options. There's like very few defensive things you sort of get. There's not even like a dodge, man, right? There's
not
like
a dodge.
There's like a quick dash and like a jump. So at least on this class, it took a while to get used to that, where it's like, whoa, okay, I can't like.
Okay, that might be because they just throw them in there with like a level
like that. You need like a shield,
like a level 25 or something like that.
So, what is the PS5 performance? You're looking at it. You're looking at it. It looks like it runs at about 30. It looks like it runs at about 30 FPS with a bunch of motion blur. Is the dialogue good? I will say that
hey, he's saying 30 FPS and a lot of motion blur now. I said choppy. Y'all got mad. He basically said the same thing, bro. 30 FPS and we got a PlayStation 5. This game should come out for PlayStation 4 at this point. We should not be still in 30 FPS. PlayStation 5. This supposed to be new gen? Okay. Okay. The $600, guys.
What pawns say is a bit more dynamic than before, obviously. A bit better than what was present in the previous game. So the pawns have some pretty great stuff, and you have a lot of camaraderie moments with them, where you can like high five them, and just when you win fights and stuff like that, it feels like you're actually a team working together.
Okay, so that's good
cool.
about not having co-op.
I think this
at
game
least
is going to do very well.
The NPC make it feel like a real
in an era that is
real person.
A post Elden Ring era.
Well, look at that griffin, bro.
So the griffin came down and attacked us because it was going after a harpy, and then that's just here. All this stuff is unscripted, by the way, which is the crazy thing.
See, so it could just randomly happen.
All happening to the same people at the same times. Much less should we be fighting a griffin down here? No, probably not. It's in a weird situation. But that's kind of like the nature of the game, is that you get all these like crazy things happening on top of each other, and it's like, whoa.
He just
this
threw
is
him.
definitely
He just
this
threw
is
Buddy.
definitely something else. The questing is pretty fun, but to me it was like, at least in a limited constraint setting, it was kind of hard to even follow a quest line because there is no like, hey, here's your thing, go to it.
See, that's how I just said.
Like, it's
just
very open-ended as far as like, all right, so I have an idea of what I need to do. I need to go get more information.
Oh,
and
bro.
where do you get that information? Is it on the map? Not specifically. It just says talk to people in a town. So it's like, oh, okay, I'll just start talking to people in a town.
It's an open
what's going
book,
on.
bro.
And then you just start moving in that direction to figure out what's happening. So they want you to go on an adventure.
Yes.
They really do.
If you want to get lost into a video game, this is going to be it, bro.
Imagine in terms of wide-scale open-world style games. Kind of like old school EverQuest. One. That's why I said the gameplay in this, like the structure of everything, makes me feel like it's an early 2000s MMO in terms of just like, okay, just go figure it out, dude. The one thing I will say that I'm a little critical of, it's a very heavy game, you know?
He said something about the graphics again.
Combat, it is very heavy. And relatively, I would say, like, maybe the term sluggish is the right term.
Sluggish?
At the same point, that seems sort of negative.
See?
I have to play the game in, like, a different frame rate or something like that to see if I feel the same way. Because it very much is like, ooh, how the heck do I get out of this situation? I'm being attacked by all these creatures. I can't
Consoles,
get out
watch
of here,
out.
man.
Stop overpaying
Consoles.
for sunglasses. It's crazy that the most expensive thing you're wearing...
Console players, watch out. We better watch out. It ain't looking too good. It ain't sounding too good.
And you're just sort of like stuck there. You don't really have much you can do. You have a jump and you have like a run, and that's about it. Like Dark Souls 1 sluggish, a little bit, right? I'd say Dark Souls 1 sluggish is
I say
a
choppy, I
little
get
comparable. So it's not specifically bad, other than the fact that I have to get used to it, right? You have to adapt to what the heck it is. We were playing not on the PC version. This is the PlayStation.
So PC, so PC definitely going to be way better.
We just watched a monster drop kick himself almost off of a cliff.
So he said,
So there's a lot of crazy, goofy things.
Goofy things happens in the game.
Just for comparative sake. So it's like, okay, yeah, let's fight this guy here. This will be cool. Let's start beating him up. I'm gonna try to jump on him because jumping on things in Dragon's Dogma is cool, right? That's one of the coolest things you can do. I'm gonna jump on him. Maybe. When a lot of effects start happening, you see some performance stuff, right? You definitely see some. So you can't force throw these dudes off a cliff, but you can like do this big helm breaker strike, and he stumbles off the cliff.
He
and
might
then
die
we
too.
both fall, and we both die. So this is 100% going to be a game of a bunch of wild systems on systems just like happening. This is going to be one of those games, and I use the comparison to Elden Ring, where you're going to be going on your adventure for like a goal, and you're going to be distracted about 30 times on your way to the goal. And on your way to the goal, one person's experience is going to be nothing like the other person's experience. Getting attacked by orcs.
So it really ain't going to be no spoilers or nothing.
You know, got to do something about it.
This is a fantasy
has a
game.
soft lock feel. I never got in my experience with it. I did not get a decent comprehension of how the lock-on or soft lock actually works.
So it
So
we don't have a lock
on the controls.
Oh.
The game feels like it is this sort of like you'll look at something in that direction or what's close to you, and it sort of does the attacks in that direction, but aiming your attacks at the enemies is very important. Like making sure you aim where your strikes are going,
so it don't have a lock. It don't have a lock on.
Is very critical.
It doesn't have a lock on.
You can speak to dragons.
Oh. Bro, that's dragon,
The
bro.
dragons talk to you. It's hella sick. So of course I'm gonna fight it, dude. I don't care. Of course I see the big set piece and I'm like, I'm going for it. I want to try it. Yeah, that's in the first game too. Like big dragon stuff. I
Okay.
cannot wait. I really cannot wait to see what this game looks like on PC. Here's what I'll say about my final impressions, because I wasn't super excited about Dragon's Dogma
PC.
2 when we were watching some of the previews and stuff like that. I don't think I was insanely hyped about this game. I feel a lot better about it now than I did from some of the trailers and the early previews.
Okay.
I feel a lot better about it now. And it seems like it's a genuinely, like, really complex game with a lot of systems and a lot of things going on. This feels like Capcom's attempt at, like, an Elder Scrolls sort of game. This feels like a more fair, like, modern attempt at, like, oh, you know, the best example of this. I mean, we're gonna get our asses kicked by this big dragon, right? We start heading back in the dark, and this game loves dark. Oh boy, does this game love the dark, because just like DD1, now we get ambushed by goblins. All right, that's cool. It's just a goblin, no problem. Let's start moving. Still making our way back. Oh, there's a stupid lizard. Oh, stupid lizard, get out of here. Free experience, right? There's a stupid lizard. I'm gonna get some free XP out of this.
Hey,
Me
you
and
know what come
Conan,
out at night? The freaks.
the pawn. Gonna be working here. One lizard turned into, oh, I
Bro.
keep seeing eyes, right? I keep seeing
You went in a
a
bad
bunch
area.
of glowing yellow eyes. So it's like, all right, one lizard turned into like 7. That's not good. So here's where I use the example that this game is Capcom's attempt at like a Skyrim.
Bro, look at.
So I'm like, oh, here's these guys. I'll just take them out. Goblins are easier than lizards. I'm like, wait a minute. Is that Conan back there? Is he still alive? And he's bringing all of the lizards with him? So all of the lizards are here,
that's
and a bunch of
GG,
orcs.
bro.
And I'm like, and some villagers like,
What
holy mother of God,
what,
what's
that's a
going
zombie?
on? So I'm just gonna start cooking it. Everyone's like, hey, there's a bunch of lizards.
Yo,
behind
you took
bro.
on them.
What's happening?
Oh, they fight back.
The townspeople take up arms
Okay.
to protect the town. And as we move around a little bit more, I have to start
So they're waking
people
everybody up.
Hey, there's some stuff happening over here. This guy's like,
The
holy
British are
shit,
coming,
fuck,
the
there are a
British are
bunch of
coming.
lizards at the town. I'm gonna go to people with swords and be like, hey, I need some help. As soon as the
Bro, you
word
about to tear
gets
that
out.
town up. Lucky some people that will fight back in there.
I'm not trying to destroy the town. I just didn't know what would happen. And this is cool. Everyone at the bar shows up. Everybody wakes up. All of town takes up their arms to kill this lizard infestation. And all of a sudden, it's the battle of two towers for Lord of the Rings and shit in here. All of a sudden, it's like, my god damn, dude, let's just live through this. Because now I've caused the worst thing that could possibly happen to all these people on a random Tuesday night. Dude, you get destroyed in this game. You, unless you like properly coordinate, you get destroyed. Combat is not easy. It's not easy. You really, and being dropped into it and not having a full understanding of what's happening, there's no blocking, man. At
Really?
least on not a shield, there's no blocking. And your dodge/dash doesn't even really move you that much. It's a heavy game. So you got to get used to it. It takes some getting used to, that's for sure.
Okay,
I mean,
this is a game that you got. This is a game that you got to
really
take your time.
impressed with
This is a
how
game you got to
all
take
of
your
this
time.
Stuff eventually worked, and it's over. And everyone is going to the bar, and then people go back to.
And welcome to the sword. We see a great many customers.
You know, and that's I think, do I buy everybody around? Yes, because I felt bad about it. I got everybody drinks. Sorry about that, everybody. Very sorry about that.
I like
This
that.
one's on me, bro.
I like that.
So that's Dragon's Dogma 2.
Okay, man. Okay. Hey, guys, man, look. This is gonna be one of those games. These definitely gonna be one of those games, bro. Definitely a contender for Game of the Year. This is gonna be it, bro. This is gonna be it. But guys, if you haven't checked this video out, make sure y'all check this one out right here. And I'll see y'all guys in the next one. Peace.